non-stop hip-hop. 107.9 Fresh.
Can't wait till I get you on.
This is J. Cole. Yo, what it do? Drizzy Drake. Boy, he's hood.
Bumping your all-star hip-hop and R&B.
Yeah. This is Kanye West. Your boy Jay-Z.
All the stars, all the time.
Back to the music. It's like a bunch of...
We get busy.
Interactive hip-hop and R&B.
Okay, we bumping it. Yo, bring that music back. Let's go.
Stay tuned for the news on Fresh 107.9 FM.
It's 1 o'clock. Good afternoon. This is Global Updates on Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta. I am Omoyemi Adesoye. First, the headlines. NIMC adopts booking system for NIN enrollment. PTF and COVID-19 issues fresh guidelines for UK, South Africa travellers. On the foreign scene, UK approves use of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. In sport, Manchester United coach Solskjaer applauds its team's late win against Wolves. Stay tuned for details of this and more. And now the news in detail. Some form of relief may have come the way of those experiencing difficulties in registering for the National Identity Number, NIN, as National Identity Management Commission, NIMC, says it's adopting a booking system to ease the crowds at its centers nationwide, effective from today. According to a statement by the Commission, the decision is part of measures to contain the spread of the coronavirus and also ensuring that the Commission services are not interrupted. With the new guidelines, applicants are expected to visit any of the NIMC offices closer to them during stipulated business hours of 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., after which they would be scheduled for an enrollment appointment. The Commission explains that the new process will reduce the population of enrollees at the centers every point in time and also ensure orderliness and strict adherence to COVID-19 protocols. Meanwhile, some applicants who are still trying to get their NIN are calling for an extension of the January 19 deadline set by the government for telephone subscribers to link their NIN numbers with their mobile phones. They want government to open more centers to reduce the crowd at NIMC offices, especially in Lagos and Abuja.
Embarrassed over the whole situation. I'm very, very embarrassed. I'm not happy. I was given a task to report here today, 7 a.m. rather. And I was here around that time. Nobody has come out to tell me what is happening. Nobody has come out to say, my friend, sit down here. We'll come and attend to you. No.
An automaton has been given, a fixed duration has been given for everybody to register. And everybody is now cramping together, not minding the conditions of this COVID-19.
Their machines, they said that they have 10 machines and out of the 10, 4 is functioning. So they're supposed to upgrade their system. I don't know what is wrong with their system here.
The experience is unexplainable. It's hectic. You wake up very early in the morning. If you know where I'm coming from, all the way from Zuba. Wake up very early in the morning, you come here, the crowd is much. The approach they bring in is not the best approach. They would have do it like, let's say, voters card. Like in every town, they will have their workers there, so that it will be easy for people.
And to COVID-19 update, Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, has recorded 749 new cases of COVID-19, bringing the total number of infections in the country to 85,560. The NCDC disclosed this in a tweet on Tuesday night. Of the new cases, Lagos at 299, Plateau 131, Kaduna 83, FCT 74, Kwara 35, Sokoto 26, Edo 18, Kano 17, Katsina 16, Delta 11, Nasarawa 10, Ondo and Bauchi 9 cases each, Rivers at 5 cases, Akwa Ibom 3, Jigawa and Osun Ekiti with 1 case each. So far, 71,937 persons have been discharged, while 1,267 deaths have been recorded. In the meantime, effective from January 1, 2021, passports of the first 100 passengers that are failed to take their post-arrival PCR test will be published in the national dailies and suspended till June 2021. The chairman of the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19, Boss Mustafa, made the announcement in Abuja as he also revealed additional quarantine protocols to be observed by travelers arriving from the UK and South Africa. The new protocols is to minimize the possibility of virus importation into the country.
Effect from 1st of January 2021, the passports of the first 100 passengers that failed to take their day 7 post-arrival PCR tests will be published in the national dailies. These passports, as a deterrent, would also be suspended from the 1st of January until June 2021.
The task force laments a general non-adherence to the COVID-19 protocols, hence the prediction that the next 72 hours heralds a challenging month.
Centers are full. Our treatment centers are filling up. We're struggling to keep up. We're struggling to find the facilities to manage, the oxygen to manage. January will be a tough month for all of us. It will be tough, but we still have an opportunity to do what we need to do. We've been liaising with the executive governors of states across the country to be more purposeful in implementing the measures that we have agreed on collectively. And we have seen some of them doing that. But many of the states in the country haven't, and pretend as if there will be no consequence.
The NCDC boss further reacted to reports of the likelihood of the new variant of COVID-19 in the country.
What we are doing are collecting samples of recently diagnosed cases and working to do the sequencing that we need to do in order to verify if this variant exists in Nigeria or not. So that's work that is ongoing. It will take us a couple of weeks to have enough samples to analyze and to then define whether we have this new variant or not.
Moving on, former President Olusegun Obasanjo has asked Nigerians to be grateful to God despite the current insecurity, socioeconomic and political challenges slowing down the growth and progress of the country. Chief Obasanjo says Nigerians should not blame God for the current situation, and he wants the country's leaders to do the right thing to change the situation. He made the comments in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, as the year winds down.
In all things, we must give thanks. This year, 2020, has been a year of challenge for the whole world, but particularly for us in Nigeria. We have gone from one form of insecurity to another. We've gone from insecurity to bad economy, and on top of all that, we have COVID-19. And I believe we need to work hard in this country as we pray hard, so that the coming year, the year 2021, can be a glorious year for us. But it will not happen unless we work to make it happen. We do not have to blame God for our situation. We have to blame ourselves. Nigeria does not have to be poor, and Nigeria does not, no Nigerian should go to bed hungry. That we have a situation like that is the choice of our leaders and followers alike. So my prayer is that God will make the year 2021 a better year for all of us.
You've been listening to Global Updates on Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta. Still to come on the foreign scene, UK approves use of AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccine. In sports, Manchester United coach Solskjaer applauds his team's late win against Wolves. Still with Fresh 107.9 FM. Thank you for staying with us, and now to the rest of the news. Outside Nigeria now, the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine has been approved for use in the UK, with the first doses due to be given on Monday amid rising coronavirus cases. The UK has ordered 100 million doses, enough to vaccinate 50 million people. The Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, has said the amount will cover the entire population when combined with the full order of the Pfizer-BioNTech jab. It comes as millions more people in England are expected to be placed under the toughest Tier 4 restrictions.
The hospitals across the country are ready, but we can also use this vaccine in primary care. We can take it to care homes. It just needs normal fridge temperature rather than the -70 super cold storage that the Pfizer vaccine requires. So we'll get going on this from Monday.
And in the United States, President-elect Joe Biden has vowed a relentless effort to fight COVID-19 the moment he takes office, as he warned that Donald Trump's vaccination drive was falling dangerously short. Speaking after a briefing by experts, Biden promised that as president, he will undertake the greatest operational challenge ever faced as a nation to inoculate against the illness that has claimed more than 1.7 million lives globally. The Trump administration had predicted that 20 million Americans would be vaccinated by the end of December. Mr. Biden, who takes office on January 20, confirmed that it would invoke the Korean War-era Defense Production Act to force private industry to step up vaccine production for the government.
The administration's plan to distribute vaccines is falling behind, far behind. We're grateful to the companies, the doctors, the scientists, the researchers, the clinical trial participants, and Operation Warp Speed for developing the vaccines quickly. But as I long feared and warned, the effort to distribute and administer the vaccine is not progressing as it should.
Argentina's Congress has legalized abortions up to the 14th week of pregnancy. This is a groundbreaking law for a region that has some of the world's most restrictive termination laws. Senators voted in favor of the bill after a marathon session with 38 in favor, 29 against, and 1 abstention. Until now, abortions were only permitted in cases of rape or when the mother's health was at risk. In business news, Boeing's 737 MAX has resumed passenger flights in the U.S. with an American Airlines flight between Miami and New York. Regulators grounded the plane in March 2019 following 2 separate deadly crashes within 5 months. The Federal Aviation Administration, FAA, lifted the ban last month after Boeing agreed to new safeguards. American Airlines flight on Tuesday showed its confidence in the safety of the 737 MAX. The airline and aerospace giant Boeing have both sought to reassure the public about the plane's safety, although polls suggest that might be difficult. And in the world of sport, Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has lauded his team's attitude and character after snatching a late win in their final game of the year against Wolves at Old Trafford. The match was heading for a goalless draw as Wolves frustrated United for 93 minutes before Marcus Rashford popped up with a 93rd minute winner. The win moves United to second on the table, 2 points behind defending champions Liverpool.
The desire to keep going and to create that little bit of luck that we earned. We earned that luck. We earned the goal by the desire to keep going. So many tight games against Wolves, and to have that edge mentally is great. When you get to March, April, when we've at least played a little bit more than half the season. So, but the belief is there. Of course, the players go into every game thinking we can win against anyone, anywhere. Away, we've shown what we're capable of. I think we're improving at home as well. This result is massive for the confidence and for the attitude.
Before we end the global updates on Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta, Here is a recap of the main stories. We told you that the Presidential Task Force on COVID-19 has issued fresh guidelines for UK and South Africa travellers amid new COVID-19 variant. On the foreign scene, the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine has been approved for use in the UK, with the first doses due to be given on Monday amid rising coronavirus cases. And in sports, Manchester United manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has lauded his team's attitude and character after snatching a late win against Wolves at Old Trafford. And that's a global update on Fresh 107.9 FM Abeokuta. The news was edited by Wale Bakari. I am Omoyemi Adesoye. Thank you for listening. Good afternoon.
Broadcasting worldwide, the latest hits and the greatest memories. Fresh 107.9 FM.
I'm a lover, I'm a fighter. I give my heart